This is the Original Gamer OG from original-gamer.com, and I have with me here, it's going to be a gear review for the Eightarc Fusion. Now this is the ivory color fusion stick. This is a dual modded stick. It'll work for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. No extra modifications required. It'll set you back right about $180. Unless it goes on sale, but yeah, usually about $170, $180. Okay, first, I love, it feels just like the Mad Catz Tournament Edition stick, the one that everybody's used to. The stick feels the same, buttons in the same layout, same curved layout, all four here, same, it's got the same setup regarding to the buttons, so everything about this feels the same. I mean, it's even almost about the same size. It's a little bit wider, it's a little bit thicker, but it's very close, especially with all the different variation Mad Catz has right now. This right here is as close, I mean, it's the same parts. Everything about it is, it's almost identical when it comes to functionality. It works the same. It's simple as that. And that's one of the things that's very important when it comes to the arcade stick. You want to make sure that the stick is a quality stick. Buttons are nice and responsive, which these are. Great stick. Another thing I love is the big selling points of the Eightarc Fusion is the dual modded. One USB keyboard, one cable, just one plug. That's it. Works for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Right here is the switch for both of them. Let's go back and forth between the two. If you're not familiar with dual modding, just quick rundown. The way it usually works is someone has to mod it for you. And what they do is they go inside, they open it up, they mess with the wiring in here. By the way, this opens up and it's a nice little felt feel to it. So you can still modify it if you need to, but there's really no need for it. But they would modify it, they would open it up, and it would allow it to function both ways. The problem being is that they had to do some sort of trigger to go back and forth. Now up here are the start and the turbo buttons and start and select, and what they would have to do is you'd have to hold down start and select for so long. You would have to press it multiple times, whatever the case may be. In this case, all you have to do is plug in, once I find the actual plug it in, make sure it's put to the right system, and that's it. Plugs right in, not a problem. Don't have to worry about anything extra, don't have to worry about any functionality problems. I've played it on both, works perfect on both of them, not a problem, it's great. Now let's look at what I really don't like about this stick. Okay, the two problems I have with the stick, they're both minor problems. The first problem is that for some reason, when you plug it in, up here is your generic home button. It's that PS button on the PS3 or the X button on the 360. Now that button is supposed to, the stick itself is supposed to light up when you plug it in. Not all the time though. Sometimes you have to unplug it and plug it back in. The Mad Catz, they don't have that problem. It's kind of unusual. Sometimes it even doesn't happen all the time, but a majority of the time you plug this in and let me put that. If you leave it plugged in, if it's plugged in before the system starts up, sometimes it will not power up. You gotta unplug it and plug it back in, and then it powers up. It's kind of a little inconvenient if you're playing fighting games all the time, and you turn off the system and you leave it plugged in, and you turn it on, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get ready to get started, and then it's plugged in, but power's off. Just gotta unplug and plug it back in. It's a minor problem, I know, but still a problem. The other problem comes with headphone jack. Now the headphone jack, mainly for the 360. Because with the PS3 it's usually USB headsets, but with that headphone jack, you gotta be careful. The multiple times that I played, I use that headphone jack, and I keep my settings at the same. I don't turn them up. My headset doesn't change. But when I plug it right in, I blow people's ears off that are in my party. You just gotta watch out for it. Move your mic back a bit, turn it down a little, but keep an eye out for it. Again, both of them very minor problems. They're minuscule compared to the positive. But again, these are going to be little issues that may affect when you're gaming. Now, the final verdict is that this Eightarc Fusion, ivory color by the way, is an incredible stick. It has everything that you want, and it works just as good as any other stick. Buttons play the same, stick feels good, everything about it is the same. It's not for everybody though. You could get yourself a Mad Catz TE stick for like $100 when they have them on sale, which is a great deal. They're fine sticks, but the reason this stick is so good, if you're a tournament player, when you head out to different tournaments, sometimes you're on the PS3, sometimes you're on 360, and it's annoying as fuck that you have to go around and borrow a stick. This one plug does it all. Don't have to bother with anything. Don't have to pay for some schmo to dual mod it, which is like $30-40. It's dual modded, it's ready to go. One plug, that's it. Feels the same as the Mad Catz stick. $170, $180. Again, it's not for everybody because not everybody plays fighting games on both consoles. Usually everybody sticks with one, whatever they play the most. But for those that go to tournaments, I run tournaments. Sometimes we had stuff on the PS3, sometimes we had stuff in 360, sometimes it's out of our control. This is why you get it. This is so you don't have to worry about it. This right here, it's all you need. So I highly recommend it. And it's, I can tell you right now, it's what I'm using instead of my Mad Catz stick. So that is the review for the Eightarc Fusion Control arcade stick. Make sure to keep checking the website, original-gamer.com, for all your news, reviews, articles, and of course, more gear reviews. Make sure to check out our YouTube page as well. So until next time, I am the Original Gamer OG, and talk to you later.